Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today, I am back with my second play booster from Bloomborough. And I am so excited to open this up with you and make a pack one pick one. Let's get started. First up is Thoughtshucker. 1 blue for a 1/3. Creature, Rat Rogue, common. Threshold, 1 blue. Put a +1/+1 counter on Thoughtshucker and draw a card. Activate only if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, and only once. Many rats have found their minds while lost in the mud-slicked gyre of a snail shell. Nocturnal Hunger. 2 black for an instant, common. Gift of food. Destroy target creature. If the gift wasn't promised, you lose 2 life. Dazzling Denial. 1 blue for an instant, common. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. If you control a bird, counter that spell unless its controller pays 4 instead. Maintaining brilliant plumage isn't just a statement, it's a tactic. Conduct electricity. 4 red for an instant, common. Conduct electricity deals 6 damage to target creature and 2 damage to up to 1 target creature token. Give me a lightning rod, something I can use as a channel, Ral called above the mayhem. Nodding, Phineas drew a copperleaf arrow from his emptying quiver and shot. Rust Shield Rampager. 3 green for a 4/4. Creature, Raccoon Warrior, common. Offspring, 2. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Seed Pod Squire. 3 hybrid white blue for a 3/3. Creature Bird Scout. Common. Flying. Whenever Seed Pod Squire attacks, target creature you control without flying gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If you think he's loud now, wait until he starts the battle song. Clement, Pessimistic Adventurer. Rabbit Response. 2 white white for an instant. Common. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. If you control a rabbit, scry 2. You never fight just one rabbit folk. They bring the strength of their burrows to battle with them. Rabid Gnaw. 1 red for an instant. Uncommon. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Unbeknownst to the hosts, the foraged seeds they served at dinner had been touched by a calamity beast. The results were disturbing. Long River Lurker. 2 blue for a 2/3. Creature Frog Scout. Uncommon. Ward 1. Other frogs you control have Ward 1. When Long River Lurker enters, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Whenever that creature deals combat damage this turn, you may exile it. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Harnesser of Storms. 2 red for a 1/4. Creature Otter Wizard. Uncommon. Whenever you cast a non-creature or otter spell, you may exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. This ability triggers only once each turn. She feeds and powers her entire village. Hop to it. 2 white for a sorcery. Uncommon. Create 3 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens. Finding a hidden patch of glowberries is almost as joyful as eating them. Almost. Ms. Bumbleflower. The rare is Artist's Talent. 1 red for an enchantment. Class Rare. Level 1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. 2 and a red, level 2. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. 2 and a red, level 3. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent, or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. A full art island. And a foil Calamitous Tide. 4 blue blue for a sorcery uncommon. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Zoraline turned her attention to the shore. Helga and Ral's conversation quickly faded from her mind as she watched the gigantic wave approach. And finally, an art card. For Biza, the Bounding Spring. All right. So here is our pack. I don't know that I care for the rare very much, unfortunately. It very much wants to be in a blue-red spells deck. But for limited, I just don't really foresee having quite enough cards for this to be worth it. Especially knowing that you would have to have this out and be leveling it up, and also casting a lot of non-creature spells. It doesn't really do anything on its own, and I would just rather invest this mana into something else more impactful. So I don't think we'll be taking the rare. Let's take a look at our uncommons instead. And actually our foil was an uncommon as well. Hop to it. I love 3 of anything. And I can see how with something like Rapid Response, the Go Wide token strategy could be viable. So that is something to think about. I like these one-sided bite cards, especially when they do lend extra power. I think Long River Lurker looks pretty legit. It's good for triggering other creatures enter the battlefield abilities, and enabling creatures to get through and deal combat damage. So I would definitely be interested in this card as well. Harnesser of Storms triggers off other otters in addition to non-creature spells, which I appreciate. I think that's a much more reliable way to get access to the top of your library. And Calamitous Tide is quite expensive at 6 mana, but it is certainly an effect that I would like. So I am fairly interested in most of these, I think. but I do also want to make sure that we consider the comments as well. These four all stood out to me as we were going through the pack. I think it's pretty valuable to prevent chump blocking and blocking with multiple small creatures. For example, this is a pretty good answer to things like Hop to It and really shuts down those token strategies. A Seed Pod Squire I had in my pre-release deck and I really enjoyed it. And I don't normally value counter magic too highly in limited, but this one seemed pretty reasonable to me. And then Nocturnal Hunger is kind of our only unconditional removal option, so I do have my eye on that one. So where does that leave us with our pack 1 pick 1? I think there are a lot of interesting options, and it is standing out to me now that the Rust Shield Rampager is our only green card, and Nocturnal Hunger is our only black card. So maybe taking one of these is a good way to cut a color right away. And I think of those two, Nocturnal Hunger is probably where I would land. So I think that's where I would land as a pack 1 pick 1. But of course I am curious to know what you think. Have you drafted this set yet? And are you starting to form some opinions on the format? Let's talk about it down in the comments. But for now, I will lock in my pick, shuffle up the remaining cards, and lay them out. There we have it. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Bloomburrow Crack-a-Pack. Make sure you leave your pack 1 pick 1 down in the comments so that we can all discuss it. And if you've been drafting Bloomburrow, I am curious to know your thoughts on the format so far. Have you found any archetypes that work really well for you yet? Let's hear it. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would hit that thumbs up button, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll be back with new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. Your support truly means the world to me. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.